one which you see on the right side. I'm working on education business where we provide training on different subjects, right? And we do a lot of business intelligence in our own business to, attract the students, attract talent, and do the all education management business. So we have been using traditional business intelligence solution, and where we are lagging, I'm going to talk about that. So we do a lot of blogging, documentation, YouTube video to promote my business. Where do we use business intelligence in our own business? Okay, let's start with this. So one of my popular blog called learnhyperion.wordpress.com. This is my primary source where people come to me. Okay? People come to know about BISP training in our business, right? So we use different promotional mechanism to promote our business, and we use business intelligence in our own case. So we use blogging. Blogging give me information that inside about my business. It gave me people liking, people disliking, what kind of people, what kind of information on video people like to see. I also get to know my hits. So the basic information which I requested, I got it from here, right? So as a business manager of my company, I wanted to know that how many students from which part of the geography, what kind of project or training they like to learn. I given a set of questions to my development team. I have given a set of questions to my development team. They build a solution to me, and I see this, and I give my feedback. Accordingly, they refine it, and ultimately I got a list of views or different presentation method through which I can analyze my own business, right? Let's see the business intent in our own case. So what I do, this is my presentation of the business user or the people who visit my blog. So how many people come to my blog every day, what kind of information they navigate. This is a pictorial representation, and in more, this term is called data visualization. This is data visualization where you can graphically show the information which makes sense to the user. So in what context I can see my information? See, I can see the information based on number of hits, right? Number of people visited to my blog, number of document access, document and video access. In addition to this, I can also, so this is all time-based analysis. In addition to this, I can also do geographical analysis, right? How many people visit to my blog, which part of the globe. So you see, this is another way of data visualization where I can see number of people coming from different part of the globe. I also have a feature to look at my data. So based on time-based analysis, I can do this. This is pretty much good. I'm happy with this as long as I have not heard about Tableau. I was pretty happy with the business intelligence solution. It also allowed me to give me information about detailed and summary view. It means I like to see, especially in United States, how many people are visiting my blog, right? I can also look at the detailed view and summary view. Summary view, total people visited to my blog since 25th February 2012. So this is a traditional conventional business intelligence where I submit my request. This is rendering, little slow. This is slow because it is rendering on the fly. So conventional business intelligence product is capable enough to visualize the information in a more graphical manner and meaningful manner. So when I look at graphical view, I can see the chart, I can see maps. It makes sense to me. Traditional business intelligence is based on asking question. I come up with a list of questions I ask. My development team prepare a solution for me and they refine it. This is how it works. Where the problem actually occur? Why do we need another solution? So Tableau, QlikView, Spotfire, these are three new generation business intelligence solutions which works on data discovery, right? And data discovery based on train of questions. See, conventional business intelligence BI product what we do, a solution is developed by IT team. IT team design a solution to me and I use it. But new generation BI, what major changes? We give control to the user. And you see the example which I shown you is the right example to this. To understand how my business is growing, I don't need to be a data scientist. I don't need to be specialized into any IT tool. I don't need to know database. I don't need to know SQL query. I don't need to know anything about it. I should be knowing how to use computer and good knowledge about my business, right? So the new generation BI focusing more, giving control to your business user, to the user, so that they can play around with the data on their own and they can focus on their business rather than on technology. Now imagine a real world, a CEO of any company or financial company come to you and ask you to design a BI solution. Let's say I have a, let's talk about Flipkart. Okay. Flipkart CEO come to me and say he want to improve shipping methodology. Shipping, want to reduce the shipping time. This is what is our objective. Shipping time, right? The shipping time is 48 hours these days, and his competitors, other competitors like eBay and other Shopclue are capable enough to shipping the product in 24 hours. So the CEO come to me and say, I wanted to reduce my shipping time to lower, but I don't know how it is to be achieved, right? I don't know which courier company I should hire, how much money I should invest. Basic question, how much new customer I would be able to get it by improving how much customer satisfaction index. We have a satisfaction index which talk about how much customer goods, how much satisfaction index, how many new customer I would gain as a result of improving my shipping time. Okay, some common set of question the CEO of Flipkart has. He would want it to be answered by implementing business intelligence this domain. Okay, so the way we start building a solution, naturally we take a list of the question from him, design and develop a solution and give it to the user. They like it, they give a comment, and this is how we go on. But in the whole process, the problem over here comes when you ask your business team to learn technology. Right? You have a business team, you are a shipping manager. You say you need to go back and you need to learn Cognos or business object or some product, and you should be having no idea about how to use product. The problem comes over here because the shipping manager should focus on business. We wanted business user focus on business rather than on technology. So we wanted people to focus on business. And therefore there's a need of data, a new solution called data discovery, where people can discover some unknown pattern about the business. See, business intelligence, BI means answering to known question. Data discovery, answering to unknown question. You even do not know what question you have. You do not know. This is unknown. See, the example is in front of you, unknown. Your Flipkart manager, CEO does not know, he doesn't know exactly what method he is supposed to use, which company he should hire, and he exactly do not know how he should plan his business so that he can reduce his shipping method. Or maybe he simply want to say, suddenly he found when he organized his data, he come up with very unusual pattern. He found in South Andhra Pradesh, the customer order reduced by 80%. He's so surprised. How come this happened? In certain part of the India or region, the customer order reduced by 80%. He did not know about it, but the tool which we provide him allow him to explore some unknown fact which he doesn't know. He doesn't know the question about it. Data discovery is all about unknown, and focusing on the parameters where people can focus on their own business. I'm going to walk you through with the product. You understand how it works. Typical business intelligence product work like this. And new generation business intelligence. See, this is a diagram I would like to show. Before, business user give a list of question and technology team answer them before. And now your business user are capable enough to ask question and get them answer on their own without any IT dependency in technology. That's a one major difference. Also, imagine the new generation BI. It is possible. It is not Tableau and Tableau, ClickView, similar products are designed for departmental solution. Departmental means whereas Cognos, Business Object, other BI tool are designed for enterprise solution. For example, I'm a PepsiCo. I'm a big enterprise company, Fortune 500 company, and IBM come to me and ask me to. They would help in doing my business the way I'm doing, but by using IBM Cognos product, right? This is an enterprise solution which work for all department, all line of business. As a big company, I can afford to hire or acquire a business intelligence solution. But there are large number of small companies which may like to make use of business intelligence solution, but they do not have adequate resources, cost, money, various reasons they cannot implement this. So data discovery comes into picture, and the small solution like Tableau, ClickView fit into the picture in this kind of solution. Okay. And perhaps you say, why should I use Tableau? I already have I've been using Hyperion and OBI or Cognos for so many years. Why should I still need Tableau? So this diagram answers this question. The data discovery solution designed for a departmental solution. It could be for enterprise, but departmental is more commonly used, and it can be implemented in one specific department. For example, perhaps you say, though I'm happy with the business intelligence solution, but I want my users should be more smart. The people in finance department, I want them to be more smart, because the kind of tool they are using, they are not very happy and able to find the answer of their question. So these products are capable enough to even provide solution for a small department. So you have a conventional business intelligence. On top of that, you can build your Tableau ClickView solution. What it says, your source could be traditional source like CRM, ERP, supply chain management, your relational database, your cloud system like Salesforce, unstructured data like Facebook and all. And on top of this, I can take a data from traditional ERP solution and existing business intelligence. Still I can do data explorer and discovery. So people who implement such kind of product are not mandatory. They have BI. They may also have a BI solution. They still go for it, or they may not have a BI solution. This is a diagram in order to convince the customer they already have a BI solution. It is also possible. I'll give you some nice example as well. There's one more example about traditional business intelligence. Okay, I give you over here. The traditional business intelligence, as I said, enterprise solution. So there are two major flaws. Conventional BI has two major difficulties. First, cost, which is most important factor for any business, and timeline. Right? Conventional BI is very expensive and not everybody can afford. Timeline, it's long. It may take 6 to 8 months to implement this. And business is so dynamic these days. By the time you implement business intelligence solution, the requirement change altogether. Right? So there are two major reasons. Third reason, which the conventional business intelligence tools focus on business intelligence. They focus on answering define questions, right? But data discovery tools answering unknown question. I show you in my own business. Okay, I was happy with WordPress based reporting, but later point of time I decided to switch back to Tableau because my current system is not capable enough to answer my some major question. I have a train of question. Let me start with the list of questions I have. The current report is not capable enough to answer my question. Why? In this report, I could see number of people are coming to my blog from different geographical region. I still have train of question which cannot be answered. For example, my train of questions are: first question, I get hits by geography. Right. But in turn this, I would like to know what is my customer demographic, what kind of people, what kind of student come to me. Right. I would like to know the students, they are working professional, they are MS graduates, what kind of student coming to me, right? Next question I have, which is not able to answer into this current system, what is the experience level? I would design my course curriculum according to the experience level people come. They may be fresher. If fresher come to my, in order to opt this course, I would change my course curriculum according to that, and I put a fundamental of data warehousing, business intelligence, or am I getting experienced people? See, the same problem I'm facing in real life when I'm giving a demonstration to you. I do not know people of this background, and I design my course curriculum considering a common platform. Had I have this brilliant, very good business intelligence solution where I could identify how many people are coming to my blog, what experience level they have, right? What is their paying capacity, fees paying capacity. Are they able to afford $600 fees, or they are capable enough to pay $300? So these are some common questions which I need in my day-to-day business. I'm not able to get the answer of this. I have a train of question. Maybe if I say I have got MS graduate people, are they Indian? If they're Indian, how much fees they can pay? Are they from US? What kind of experience they have? So many. I have a question which my current system is not capable enough to answer. But current system is pretty good in data visualization. I am happy with data visualization. I'm happy this system is able to give me information on detail and summary. Now here comes the need of your new generation solution called Tableau. Now I give you a quick walkthrough about this and summarized architecture. Okay. I've been working in BI for so many years, and I always know in the beginning, 10 years back, the kind of business intelligence solution implemented, there was 50 to 70% project failed. The reason is very simple. When you're working in finance domain or automobile industry or manufacturing industry or any industry, and they ask you to implement business intelligence, the language, the vocabulary they use, we do not understand them. We do not understand how the respective business work, right? Their workflow, their process methodology. So when we implement solution to them, it fails. There's a communication gap between what is expected and what is needed. In real world, your user do not know what they want exactly, right? Exactly what they want, they do not know. So you work in any industry, the first you should know the business about them. Either way, either you learn the business for the respective domain, or you give a solution to them so that they can play around with the data on their own. There are two words called data discovery. Data discovery we do in Excel, right? And we have another word called business data discovery. In data discovery, we just play around with the data without knowing the sense of it. For example, I give you a very silly example, but which makes a big sense. Money, numbers. If I say numbers, number could be age or number could be currency, right? Your money is just a number for me. Your money is just a number for me. But my money makes sense to me, right? So Data discovery tool like Excel may be pretty good enough to organize data, present data, but they do not have an essence to this. We cannot organize data the way we want it. We cannot play around with this. Now look at the beauty of Tableau, what we can do it. Think as a user, do not think as a technical developer or as administrator. How much power we are giving to the user, okay, using such kind of solution. So in order to understand this, we first understand the model. Okay. Conventional BI work on this. You have data source or data sources. Traditionally you work on RDBMS, right? Some case you have a semi-structured data like flight file, Excel sheet, and blah blah blah. Right? Or generally you have two sources now. So you have multiple data sources. You do not work on unstructured data. When I used to go to my client 6 years, 7 years before, most often they ask me to pull data from RDBMS or semi-structured data source. Now when I go to my client, one of my client asks me, they have prepared, they use a Facebook commercial account, okay, and they use a customer survey they use. So Facebook data is basically unstructured data, is unstructured, and I was asked to prepare a report on Facebook data which is on customer survey. Why it is unstructured? They have a lot of points that, do you like our product packaging? Do you like? They are Boolean question, right? So they are yes and no. There is no unstructured in it. There was one point which surprised to me. There was one check box, a text box, which has this information. Text box, comment on our product. Your comments. So I see when I read the comments, I found some customer has written information like this. This is very real problem. I liked it, and they put a smiley face, right? It's smiley face is unstructured data to me. I need to convert this smiley face to a word called happy. Do you see the example of transformation? So this is unstructured data. Also some customer use very abusive language. They use very abusive language, wrong word. I would convert all this abusive language. I prepare a list of words which we cannot generally publicly use it. We convert this unhappy, dislike. So conventional BI only work on this structure, but new generation BI, and my customer say I have only $100,000 budget and I wanted my customer survey which is unstructured in text file. I want to prepare a report on this. New generation BI, I'm sure, cannot answer this question. We decided to go for the Tableau. We had a two option, click view on Tableau, both product. Tableau has a little higher age, we opted Tableau, and you know the beauty of it. Conventional BI use the different sources. From different sources we create an operational data source, we create ETL, extract, transform and load, then we prepare enterprise data warehouse, and then we prepare data marts, and then we prepare reporting, right? This is how we work. But we build this solution without doing any one of these things. You see, we bypass everything. There was no need of operation data source. There was no need of all these things. We use a tiny tool of data cleansing solution. I use inside Tableau. It was not complicated data cleansing. Maybe hardly I have 10 cleansing, 10 business rule, or 10 problem to be addressed. Example like this. So we would work on data cleansing, right? So you see the beauty of it. The overall implementation timeline, cost is reduced, right? And it was a small, a small customer, and they do not have adequate money and resource to implement data warehousing whole. Okay, and we try to convince them to buy the product for multiple departments, and they say they had one term called customer satisfaction index. He come up with a very specific requirement. He say, I would buy your product and buy your solution, but I want customer satisfaction index to be increased by 60%. His requirement is very specific. The moral of the story, he wanted to implement BI in specific department. and he doesn't have years to implement this. He gave me 15 days. Take 15 days, take this data and implement this. So Tableau, ClickView, new generation BI are specialized to build a solution for a specific department in short duration of time without falling into complexity. Now I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough about the product. I'm sure the more you explore, the more you like. This walkthrough from an analyst point of view. See, also I quickly derive the clear, I would call this clear line between what technical team do and what business team do. Now, the technical team, data is all controlled by business team, okay, and business team. They are two teams. Their clear job. Technical team is primarily I am responsible for server setup, administration, typical admin task, maintenance, infrastructure. This is what I take care of. We would take care of as a technical team. We also prepare metadata. It means what information people wanted, we prepare metadata. We also ensure security administration. Right people should see the right data, right? Security or role-based access. In this example, the customer satisfaction index to be shown to the promotional manager. They wanted it to be shown to the promotional manager so that they come up with new promotional policy and improve the customer satisfaction index. So role-based access, this is what as technical team I do, right? In the old days, I used to prepare reports. Now it is not needed. Preparing report, playing with the data, business team will do it. Maybe I would create a dashboard, or in some case I prepare report. But my job, previously I used to do it 100 reports, and I do not require that. I just facilitate my user, they prepare on their own. Okay. Some specific complex report require complex filter, complex calculation, and filter. In one of my project we work on, they wanted cash flow reporting. Now cash flow reporting was little complicated, and there were a lot of calculation in this. There's a calculation like quick ratio analysis, and such kind of calculation my users cannot do this. So in such case, specific cases, we prepare report. So in the old days we used to prepare 500 reports, now I prepare only 100. Now business team, what they do, they play around with data, right? They are capable enough to do on trending, forecasting, no need. They can do data forecasting, they can do trending, everything they can do on their own without any IT support, and therefore the adaptability of the product grown up and cost has reduced. I show you and you would definitely like this whole solution. Traditionally you have a data source and you connect to that. In my example, I just give you a quick walkthrough about product capability by using existing source system. Okay, there are a couple of sources. I would create one, connect, click on data connect. These are all possible data sources, right? I'm sure your traditional BI is still coming up with these kind of sources. You have RDBMS like DB2, SQL Server, Oracle, traditional. In addition to this, you have a cloud-based system like Salesforce. You have big data solution like MapReduce, Hive, Hadoop Hive. You have a solution like Google Analytics, Google BigQuery. So you have wide variety of data, right? Structure, semi-structure, unstructured. We can directly connect it to big data and prepare report. And conventional data source like Excel, semi-structured data, Access, or BMS, all. In case the list is not given, you can use ODBC. Tableau is so smart, says any database in the world which follow ODBC standard 2.5 onwards can be used as a source. So I would use a pretty simple existing data sources which is available. In a subsequent session we'll show you how to prepare data sources, or I can use a MS Access or Excel, any specific data source. I see I have some example. I select my data source, and you see there are three options. Okay. I can use single source, single table, multiple table, or custom SQL. In case multiple tables like there are joins, I can use my custom defined SQL as well. In the first example I use with a single table, or because I've got a couple of fact tables, I use coffee chain query in the existing database, point to this and open it. Now you see this is important point. The previous was a common to almost all the BI. We have in-memory solution. What is in-memory solution? Okay. See, according to the nature of the business, we design our solution. Nature of business, I show you two business. For one of my client, they using CRM application, customer relationship application. Okay, and there was one form where they get the query or business leads. The business leads is like a quotation. In general word we say, you go to shop and ask for some product, that's a business lead. The business leads were global, right? And therefore it was in multiple currency. So some business leads in ISD, some business in UN, different currencies. CAD, Canadian dollar, some is in USD, INR. When business lead come to a different currency, what we do? Because my products are sold in INR, we have only one currency associated with the product. We convert all currencies to INR. This is what we needed, and the SLA was very rigid. Every time any business requirement come to me, my service level agreement, 30-minute response time. The user wanted the solution. If I submit some request, it out to be answered 30 minutes. That was a very rigid SLA. The problem over here which we finding, the request was coming in respective currency. So we wanted to convert all local currency to INR, but the problem over here, the exchange rate changes. So my data was so dynamic. Your business is so dynamic. Why? In this example, my currency exchange rate to be changed in every 30 minutes. My currency exchange was changing in every 30 minutes. The moral of the story, data is dynamic. Right? Data is dynamic, therefore I cannot have a data with dynamic. This is one business case. Second case is I'm using same CRM application, same application. In this we have a snappy data, snapshot. Right? So what we do every day, when I collect all the business lead, we prepare one report. My report was day closing report. The day closing report was in one currency, in INR. Okay. And the day closing report will remain same. Right? If I see day closing report for 1st January 2012, it will not change. It has not changed since 1st January 2012. It is static. The data which I want to see is static. So day closing report was more like a snappy or snapshot. So we have Tableau come up with two solutions. The data which is dynamic, so dynamic. This is called RTR, real time reporting. The moment transaction happen, I want a report of it. We connect to a live connection. It means anything happen in data source, we can immediately capture it. Import all data, or when the data is snappy, snapshot of it like this. We can extract data and store into local cache. The beauty of storing into local cache, query response time is grown up so high, faster query response time. Again, you see there are two options: import all data, import some data. Why it is? Import all data and import some data. Right? Why these options are available? Now, if you look at the query pattern, see everything is business driven. Import all data work for me, but I am working for one of my big data solution where we were working on one financial application where all the fraud detection mechanism we use. We need to find out the pattern. Fraud detection, if people, online frauds and all this thing. The data was very, very huge. Every day it generates close to 12.2 terabytes of data. I cannot import whole data into my system. It's almost unrealistic. So import all data doesn't work for me. Okay. Import some data. We need to look at the query pattern. And based on query pattern, we identify import some data. So we have got two kind of query. There, query 1, 90% of my business users take this query, and 90% of query moves around this. What is this query? The query says monthly closing report, head count report for HR. This is monthly closing report for management, for sales team, head count report for HR team. So I found a list of the query, list of reports and associate data which is most widely used. These kind of reports are widely used compared to other kind of query. Another kind of query, for example, 3-year 2012 yearly closing report, or for HR, number of people hired in 2010. The possibility of accessing this query is 10% as compared to the possibility of accessing first query. It means I'm identify the pattern of query being asked. Accordingly, if my query, if I'm preparing a report which this data set or this, so this data is more likely to be fetched into systems. When I say import some data, we import those data or table or fact table which are widely used now. So I take a piece. For in this example, I connect live. When I connect live, there's pretty nice GUI which all predefined dimension and fact. How easy it is. Let me play around with this. You might think I'm a little fast. As a user, I don't need to learn any technology. I don't need to learn any SQL query. I need not learn database. I need not learn query, join, keys, column. I don't have to worry about. Just drag and drop. I want to see total sales. By default, cross table. Total sales with respect to, I would like to see total sales with respect to different product. I would classify by product. I can further classify by market, different product and different market. See how easy of presentation. Now it further allow you to, maybe this is not so ease, it doesn't give ease to your eyes. You like to further simplify by adding up a color, drag and drop and choose on top of, leave on top of color. See the color combination. And you still think no, numbers are not easily readable. I like to convert this in terms of chart. I'll turn it out to be a chart and use a different color combination. You see the color combination with data presentation in chart, it ease my eyes, and I find it quite easy to read it and understand this. I further like to add a numbers. I can add a label over here and see the numbers, right? The data presentation. I can further play around with this. I can add a filter. I can change the view. It's a chart. I can switch this view, swap this. Rows become column, column become rows. Generally called pivoting. There are plenty of way of data presentation. Some of the view you find them gray out because there's no respective dimension members are available over here. Right? What else you can do? Take a couple of more examples. I like to say trending, right? And couple of things which if you work in any BI product you find it's pretty complicated, like building hierarchy, forecasting, trending. This seems to be one of the most complicated and widely used job. Building hierarchy, your business data with respect to time dimensions, the year, quarter and month, or maybe my product category, product subcategory. To build hierarchy, we need IT team. I work in OBI, I work in business object, and I found people are greatly dependent upon technology team, subcategory and product name. So every time I need to modify my hierarchy, I need to go back to the technology team. Business has to go back to technology team and ask them to modify, but it is not needed over here. How easy to build hierarchy? Assume my product hierarchy is product type and product name. Right? People just drag and on leave up to this product name. The hierarchy is done. That's it. How easy it is. Now you can place your parent member and drill down to the detail level. Product type. You can further drill down to product name. It was just drag and drop to leave it. resolve business. So business team do not depend on IT to ask for such simple and silly question. Again, we see example of forecasting. I like to see forecast of my sales. But in order to forecasting, I suppose have a time dimension. Forecasting, time dimension, this kind of analysis you often do it. Maybe you ask in day-to-day life, I would like to know, I go to trends.google.com. This is an inspiring, factor for most of BI product and data visualization companies. I like to know, for me, there are two options available. Tableau, should I learn Tableau or should I learn QlikView? What product should I learn? Right. So my question would be answered in a minute. See, you see the Tableau has a far more age than your QlikView. You can see the data. You can also see the pattern, but you see the data is being analyzed with respect to time dimension. All analysis are corresponding to time dimension. I also have an option to see next 12-month forecast. 12-month forecast, the one which you see in dotted color, up to 2015, March, May, I can see the forecasting. So people wanted solution, they should be eased to this extent. But right now it is confined to the predefined data. We do not have ownership on the data. The data comes from the Google. Right. We wanted same to be implemented in our product. So the first step, building a time dimension. Building time dimension also pretty straightforward and easy. Generally, when you design metadata, your Tableau is smart enough. It can read the time dimension automatically tagged as a time. You do not need to specify any specific properties, any programming, any scripting not required. The moment you have a time data as tagged as time, or data type is time or date, automatically your Tableau understands the date type and make it as a date. The moment you make it as a date, you have further options are available to you. Now you see. You can see the sales with respect to your market and product type. In addition to this, you see your sales is further classified based on year, right? And you have a nice drill down option from year. You can further drill down to quarter, and in turn drill down to your month and so on. Right? Once you see the time, I associate the moment I add a time dimension, other options are pop up. Previously the line chart wasn't available. I can click on line chart and see the data for different product type and different year. I can see the line chart. I can also convert this line. It may not look so meaningful to you. You can right click, convert to a continuous line. You can make it continuous line. You can click on view data and look at the first respective intersection. What is my data? I can also do forecasting with respect to this. Got so many product. I would remove some of them. Yeah, and this makes sense. I can make it trending, trend analysis. If this continue to happen, or forecasting, what could be next 12-month forecast to this? You see, you're surprised to see why they are two different color, isn't it? So there are three pieces. The forecasting, there are different kind of forecast, linear forecast and discrete forecasting. Now the color which you see over here, different color, there are three business cases you're talking about: worst case, average case, and best case. So this is best case, average case, and worst case. In three different linear forecasting is done. System is self-intelligent. It has internal algorithm which are capable enough to smell and talk about three different business cases: worst, average case, best case, and worst case. With the respective intersection, I can also see the trending. In addition to this, I can also look at forecast and trends. What trend would be? See, you see the dotted arrow, and you see the calculation associated with this: 0 into year of date plus 34, 200. So there it is self-sufficient, equipped with no special. I did not write any script. I did not write any formula. Based upon the common forecasting methodology or trending methodology is plot a chart. So building hierarchy, preparing dimension, plotting, forecasting, everything can be done so easily. At any particular point in time, I like to change this view. I can change it. You still see I do not have a graphical view. I like to see my sales for each geography. Okay, and I like to expected sales and forecast sales. So sales by geography, right? You see, when I look at my Google Trends, I find whenever I like to see a geographical view, automatically maps come to me, a world map. As a business user, this is my eyes. It is to me to understand the product graphically. Same thing your Tableau does. It understands the nature of data and accordingly suggests you the right view, right way of presenting your view. So now I am looking my sales with respect to different geographical region. See, I've got region code or area code which talk about different geography. I drag and drop and leave over here. This is region code. I can also use a state. State would be more meaningful. I remove it over here and use a state in my column. And with respect to time dimension, now here you see a geography got enabled. I can select a particular graph and see how it is going to look out. So my sales in a different part of the geography.